Okay, so we have seen the rules in spelling Igbo words. Remember, in the beginning I said, when I talked about vowel harmony, I said it is a rule, but then some words disobey the vowel harmony rule. And I said I will come back to the words that disobey the rule much later. So now it's time to look at those words. Okay, so the first exception to vowel harmony rule, the set of words that hardly, they do sometimes, but not all the time, obey the vowel harmony rule are names, Igbo names. So why is this so? Because most Igbo names are formed by joining two separate words together. So in their separate forms, they obey vowel harmony rule. Individually, the words obey vowel harmony rule. But when you now bring them together to make a name of something, you find out that some of them will, disobey the rule. So the examples on your screen are Olo-ikpe, court, Olo-ikpe, court. Say it again. Olo-ikpe, Olo-ikpe, Olo-ikpe. So that's what we call court in Igbo. So they are made up of two. This word is made up of two separate words. Olo, which is house, and ikpe, which is judgment. Okay, judgment. All right. So separately on their own, each obey the vowel harmony rule. You can see it on the screen. Olo, otu a, ikpe, they all belong to otu e, but when they come together, they no longer obey the rule. So the second word, Ada-eze, that's someone's name, Ada-eze. So Ada is a word, Eze is a word. Okay, Ada is actually a first daughter. A first daughter is an Ada. So an Eze is a king. So the first daughter of a king, that's what it means somehow. But any girl born to a family is an Ada in that family. All right, so the name Ada-eze does not obey the vowel harmony rule, but when you separate the names, when you stand them separately, each one obeys the vowel harmony rule. So you see that Ada belongs to otu a, the vowels in Eze belong to otu e. Okay, so the next one is ekwenti, which is phone. Ekwenti, that means phone. Ekwenti, phone. Okay, so you have ekwe and you have nti, two separate words coming together. On their own, ekwe obeys the vowel harmony rule, likewise nti. So ekwe belongs to otu e, nti belongs to otu a. The last one, you have Chiamaka, someone's name, beautiful name. So the same rule applies. Separate the words, they obey the rule. Bring them together, they cease to obey the rule. So that's the same thing we are saying. Chi, otu e, and Amaka, otu a. So we are saying again that words formed by joining two or more words together do not always obey the vowel harmony rule. Okay, let's go to the second one. The second one says some borrowed words. Yes, some borrowed words do not obey vowel harmony rule. No language is complete because they only know as far as their culture, their environment, their way of life goes. So every day we keep meeting other people from other cultures. We keep learning new things from other cultures. So that's how we borrow words and other things from other cultures. So Igbo is not an exception. We borrow as well from other cultures. So some of our borrowed words do not obey the vowel harmony rule. So we have examples. The word agidi, it is borrowed. It is not an original Igbo word. So you can see a there. A belongs to otu a. and the two E belongs to otu E, belong to otu E rather. So it doesn't obey the rule. So we have, by the way, agidi is a pudding made from maize. Delicious. So delicious. Okay, so the second one is aboro. That's how we say it in Igbo, but the owners, I think they say abero. That is the Yoruba people. So aboro does not obey the vowel harmony rule. You can see a again belonging to otu a, and then the o belonging to otu e. Okay, the third group of defaulters are Igbo dialects. Igbo has different uncountable number of dialects. So, but we have what we call the Central Igbo, which is what we use to teach or what we learn when we say we are learning Igbo. We're actually learning Central Igbo, not our dialects. Okay? So, Central Igbo says for the wood, bamboo wood, Central Igbo calls it achara. Achara. You see that it contains only vowel a, and they all belong to one group. But an Igbo dialect will call it echara. I've heard people calling it echara. So in this case, you can see that the e belongs to a different group, while the other two belong to a different group. So dialects sometimes do not follow the vowel harmony rule. Second example, the word again, ndewo, our greeting. You find out that some people, some dialects, they don't say ndewo. In fact, you have different variations of that greeting. But ndewo is the Central Igbo greeting. But you have people who say nkawo. So when they say nkawo, you find out that it no longer obeys the vowel harmony rule because a belongs to otu a and o belongs to otu e. Okay, so do we go through them again? All right, so the first one we talked about is vowel harmony. In vowel harmony, we are saying that all the vowels contained in an Igbo words must belong to one group, with exceptions. There are a few exceptions which we just dealt with now. Okay, so but that is the number one rule we learned today. The second rule is that consonants don't stay side by side in Igbo words. Remember? Yes. Remember the word drum and how I pronounced it, drum, because of my Igbo accent. Okay, the third one is saying that while consonants can't stay side by side, vowels can actually stay side by side. We saw examples, ndewo and the rest. And then the last rule says that Igbo words do not end with consonants, but they can end with vowels. They can end with pseudo vowels. I actually did not mention some of the examples for the pseudo vowel. Okay, so you have bom. Okay. This is where we come to the end of today's tutorial. But before I leave you, I would like to test you. I would like to test you a little to be sure we're on the same page, because I would really love you to learn Igbo language. I would really love you to keep on doing what you are doing, because you're on the right path. So to test what I have just taught you today, I would put up some things on the screen. All right, here they are. So the first word is ego, money. I would like you to tell me okay, it's an exercise you're going to do on your own. Okay, so I would like you to write down the number of vowels in the word ego and then the group they belong to. So do the same for the word nnu, which is salt. Nnu, salt. How many vowels are there in the word nnu, and which group do they belong to, or does it belong to? Then you have aka, hand, aka. How many vowels does it contain, and what group do the vowels or vowel belong to? Okay, then you have ngwere. Ngwere means lizard in English. Ngwere. So also tell us, also write down also write down. Whenever I face the screen, I feel I'm talking to my students. Oh, you are my students as well. So, okay, but this time around, you're not responding to me. I want you to write it down as an exercise. So if you don't get them, please watch the video again to make sure you get them right. Okay, so ngwere is lizard. Do the same for ngwere. Do the same for oku. That is light. Oku. Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Suba Susugi SAG-TV, and press the notification button so that you can get notified whenever we upload a new video, which I have said we do very often. Thank you so much. Yagazie. Kemesia. Kemesia means goodbye. We have so many ways of saying goodbye. You can also see the tutorial, it's on the channel. So we have so many ways of saying goodbye, but I like using kemesia. Kemesia.